The past 3 years has been such a horrific situation here in Ghana for poultry farmers, and I am not an exception of it. In 2020, we started a 10,000 capacity of poultry farm, but currently we have zero. We've invested thousands of cedis into poultry farm, but we failed and now doing goat farming. I am not the only one. These are the messages of thousands of poultry farmers in Ghana, and therefore if you're out there and thinking about going into poultry, then let me tell you this, the cost of feed alone rose more than 500% from 2020 till now. Why is Ghana still importing or investing over $500 million in poultry industry? By importing meat for us to consume, why can we not feed ourselves? Today I am here at the 2023 AgriFest here in Accra, and I'm going to speak to an organization that is doing something to change that situation in Ghana. So if you want to go into poultry farming or you are already a poultry farmer, then stay tuned because this is going to be an episode that you want to learn. Or maybe you can learn 1 or 2 things from us during this interview. Come along with me and let's go speak to the right people about what they are doing in Ghana to change the high cost of feeding in poultry industry. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. How are you too?
Good. I'm very excited to have this conversation with you because I have been a victim of the high cost of raw materials for feeding poultry. And so I'm very excited to know that such an organization exists called SADEP. So please tell us who you are and what this organization is all about.
Okay, I'm Wilson Doku.
Okay.
I'm the Value Chain Agribusiness Development Specialist.
Okay.
On the project, the SADEP. But basically, as I said, initially we had SIP, we had SAP.
SAP.
Then we came to SIP and we came to SADEP.
What is the full meaning?
SAPIP is Savannah Zone Agricultural Productivity Improvement Project.
Okay.
Basically, what it was launched 2017. Basically, and funded by African Development Bank.
Okay.
As I said, we had a comparative advantage producing more maize and soya as a raw material for our poultry industry. So, with funding from African Development Bank, there was a concept called TAC. I can explain that later. Basically, it was to support the production of soya and maize in large quantities to be able to provide a raw material for the poultry industry. As you know, we spend about $400+ million on poultry products.
Yes.
Basically, they come in at a cheaper costs compared to the local produced one. Basically, the reason why our people are not competitive because they have high cost of production. And as you know, feed is about 70% of the cost of production. And the feed is basically made out of maize and soya.
Exactly.
So the concept was, can we support commercially viable farmers to produce this in large quantities? With all things being equal, it will be fed into the poultry value chain.
Yes.
That will help drive the production costs downwards. So the objective was that if we produce more soya, more maize, feed millers will get it at a cheaper cost.
Reduce the cost.
And produce it for the
poultry farmers.
Poultry farmers themselves will buy it at a cheaper cost. So that was the concept.
Exactly.
So basically 2017, what we did was that
If I may ask, before you go in there, in 2017, what triggered these initiatives?
Okay, as I said, there were two. We wanted to provide job
for the youth.
Income for our commercial farmers. And also grow a lot of agribusiness.
I see.
And also, it was a tool as an import substitution strategy.
That makes sense. Let me know if you're watching us. Either you know about this organization or not. If you have had successful encounter, comment below. Let us know what you guys think. So let's go ahead. So then in 2017 this started.
So with funding from African Development Bank, a pilot was launched. Basically, it is based in Savannah,
the northern belt of Ghana.
Which is made up of the 5 regions. So basically, we started with 4 farmers.
Okay.
Whose total land on their own was, the average was 34 hectares.
34 hectares for one person.
Some had
20 hectares.
So the idea was we needed to have farmers who had large tract of land continuous at one place. 100 hectares minimum.
Wow.
So the project supported with land development.
Okay.
No, that's a very expensive tax.
Yeah. So
land was developed for farming.
Okay.
For the first year we did 88 hectares.
Okay, 88 hectares of maize or soya beans.
Maize and soya. 30% was maize, soya.
And then 70 was maize.
The concept was up.
Okay.
I mean, the result that came was very good.
So can I ask a quick question? The concept, what was different about this concept other than giving money to a farmer to harvest? What was unique about this concept that was
The unique about this concept was that we developed land scale.
Okay.
For a farmer.
Okay. When you say develop, what do you mean? Is it preparing the land?
The operation was by them, but we cleared the land.
Okay.
All the trees.
Okay.
But that is a very expensive.
So the funding went into.
The farmer couldn't do.
Okay.
So it was done for the farmer as a grant.
Okay.
Okay. Then we provided high yielding variety of
seeds. Okay.
Fertilizer.
Okay.
Agrochemicals.
Okay.
These were provided timely. Okay, because if you bring it, it's not applied timely.
Then
so the quality was up.
Okay.
The timeliness was up.
Okay.
And we also provided it as a credit support. Initially, farmers picked it, and after harvest,
they paid
back. But we had a few issues with repayment.
Okay.
So what we did was that whatever value we're taking of inputs, we pay 50% upfront. After harvest, we recover in kind.
Okay, in kind. So your produce.
We take the produce and channel it into the quality actors.
Okay.
The feed millers, the poultry farmers.
Okay.
At least to make those things readily available.
I see. Okay.
Then we did a lot of market linkages too. That was very unique.
Okay.
We brought all the big time off-takers in the country, the processing, the baby feed.
The consumers, everybody together.
We created a platform where we brought them together with the farmers. So there was an interface, business to business. So most of the grains that were produced were picked.
Okay.
And that encouraged expansion because once they produce, there was a market for it. Then we also provide backstopping in machinery, because of the scale at which we are producing, they need to use machinery. Planters, boom sprayers. So we provided tanker supports. We also facilitated acquisition of some of these implements. So that boosted the use of this machinery and increased the plant population per hectare. And the plant population is very key. Because if you don't have enough plant population, your yield and your profitability is questioned.
I see.
So we moved farmers from about 20,000 seedling per hectare to about 65,000 plant per hectare.
Okay, because they were making better use of the size that they have through the technology.
So if someone had 20,000 plants per hectare and you have 65,000, assuming each plant will be a crop. So that's one of the technology that we use that increase productivity. And because they use high yielding variety in terms of seed, in terms of inputs, we increase productivity from 3.2 hectares metric tons per hectare to about 6.6 metric tons. So that's a leap jump. But if a farmer was getting 3.2 metric tons per hectare and he's now getting double, so you can imagine. So that combined with the effective marketing arrangement we put in place, farmers were making a lot of income and we're also producing. So within the first 2 years, a lot of off-takers understood that there was a lot of supply
for them to buy.
So we had a lot of people coming. We got calls from big time off-takers, exporters, processors. So we created this network and it created a lot of business
for the farmers.
So as I speak to you now, from then to now, we have about 340 commercially farmers.
340 commercially farmers.
With an outgrower about 70,000 agrowers, smallholder farmers.
Wow.
We are also working with.
So how is the, so let's go into those details. So you have 375,
49 of them are women.
Women. And are they the commercial?
Yeah, you see.
What's the average size of land?
The highest has about 2,500 hectares of land.
Okay.
He started with 34 hectares. We have, as I said, the 49 women we have, some of them were even zero. But now, averagely, they have 100 hectares of land under cultivation.
Okay.
And basically, what you see, if you take Ghana, about 80% of the food we get are produced for the smallholder farm.
Yes.
So we didn't want a concept where that would take away the shine of the small. So to qualify to be part of this program, you, the commercial farmer, should have a number of agrowers, small scale,
beneath you. Okay.
You are providing services in terms of tractor service, mechanization services, markets, inputs, and technology transfer to them. When they produce, you buy. You pay. Based on the input you gave them, you can recover in kind.
So these 340 or 14 commercial farmers, they are just not one person or one businessman owning the farm, but they have subsistence farmers beneath them, contributing to the amount of hectare that they have. So let's look at this 300. What do you give them?
So as I said, we do land development.
So you develop their land.
Okay. As I speak to you now, we have 31,000 hectares of land developed by the project.
Wow. Okay.
In terms of what we develop directly.
Okay.
Before there are growers themselves who have their own land, which was also partly developed by the project. It's also huge.
I see.
But what the project developed directly is about 31,000 hectares. Okay. Then, as I said, we also provide inputs. High yielding seeds for soya and maize. Okay. We provide fertilizer, quality fertilizer, timeliness.
Okay.
Timeliness of this is very important. Then we also provide market linkages. Okay. We also provide training in agronomy. Okay. Mechanization. Okay. Things that will
help them increase their production, basically.
Then we also do a lot of lobbying in terms of advocacy for them.
Okay.
Then we also link them up to MOFA. You know, MOFA, the mechanization service, have a lot of equipment. So we also link them up to that protocol. Some of them got inputs, planters, tractors on subsidy. Subsidized by the government, about 40%.
So how much did the African Bank actually invested into this project?
They invested about $30 million.
$30 million. Over what period
over
of
5 years? The SAPIT.
By 5 years.
But I think the total cost with the Ghana government also
contributed.
The farmers also. If you quantify that, it's about $52 million.
$52 million.
I think 31 million came
from the African Development Bank.
Okay. That was a loan.
A loan.
To the Ghana government.
Yes.
Then, as I said, because of the good results we got, there's 2021 SIP Savannah Investment Program was also born out of
this.
And that also continued with the commercial production of maize and soya. Same support. But we introduced the livestock and the poultry component. So it was an integrated support. So when the grains were produced, they were fed
into the poultry.
So we had a farmer, this is farm.
Wow.
He had both
crops and then livestock.
So it was more of integrated. He produced and faced it.
That makes sense. Okay, so with this amount, since it was a loan, I guess the idea was for the farmers to pay back, some in kind, some in fiscal cash. What has been the success rate in recouping that? Has that been successful?
Yeah, as I said, it's a service we're providing, and we're also trying to achieve an objective. The objective was to produce more maize and soya to reduce to feed into a poultry farm. So most of the inputs were given to them from 2017 to last year. Government was running a subsidy program. So that dispensation was given to them. So we were providing these inputs on subsidy. So they were supposed to pay back the 50%. It was about 50% subsidy. So they were supposed to pay back. The first year we expected them to sell and pay back. but we didn't get that quite well. Because one, the poultry farmers and the poultry value chain artists, because they were selling on the open market, exporters were buying. So it was hard for the value chain actors within the poultry to get some of the grains because the price were beyond. So the decision was, okay, let's give them the input at they pay 50% upfront.
So you get some money in. Before.
Okay, then the 50% recovery will be done in kind. So that kind is then channeled to the poultry farmers and the actors. So the first year recovery wasn't that much, it wasn't that good, but subsequently we are about 85-95% recovery in terms of when we introduce, because you pay the 50% upfront. So you are only level 50% and we take it in cash.
I see. In kind. Okay. So then that is improving the collection.
The recovery.
What is the plan after recovery? Are we paying back that loan or are we expanding it to other farmers?
Basically, as I said, we started with 4
farmers.
We increased to 12.
Oh, okay.
We went to 78. We went to 214. Currently we are 340.
Okay.
So the objective is to expand, but the land is there. So the land is to expand. More farmers are joining. More smallholder farmers are joining. More poultry value chain actors, the feed millers, the poultry farmers are getting more raw material. So for us, that is an objective that we're expanding, and more farmers are joining, and more of the other value chain actors are also getting the raw material to feed.
And are you only in the Savannah now, or have you expanded past the Savannah? Maybe
for the past 5 years, we are just in the Savannah.
You're just in the Savannah.
I know discussion underway. We have the Savannah, some in water region. The Savannah. We have also the Accra Plain. The Afram Plain. So the discussions are currently ongoing. Hopefully there could be extension to this.
Are we looking forward to more money coming from African Development Bank, or are we looking at using what we have already recruited?
What we do was that even though it was a subsidy, whatever we collected, we plow back to buy inputs in addition to the additional funding we get. The first project, SADEP, was a loan. We paid by the government. The second SIP was a loan. But because of the good results that was seen, the third, which is SADEP, was a grant.
That's good.
To consolidate the gains from both SIP and SADEP. So within the SADEP, we have commercial production of maize and soya. We have the poultry. Then, as I said, we also facilitated access roads to some of the production areas.
So you started building roads as well?
Feeder roads, basically.
Wow.
Feeder roads to link the production areas to market.
That makes sense.
And that has opened up a lot of farm areas so people, the trust, can take inputs in there and cut the outputs.
So somebody watching us is in the Savannah region, thinking about joining your program. What does it take? Do they come directly to your organization? Do they go under an aggrower scheme to be able to enjoy this benefit?
Basically, we work. There are 2 channels. We work through every district has a MOFA. Minister of Agriculture. So we work through them. We normally every year by December, February. We will give out a TOR, call for application. We spell out the condition at which you have to be a commercial farmer, you have to have land.
What qualifies a commercial farmer? What size?
As I said, you should have a minimum of 100 hectares.
100 hectares.
With potential of expansion. So the land should be at the same place. You should have outgoers. As I said, we call it ingrowers and outgoers. The difference is that the outgoers, the land could be different from where you the commercial, but the ingrowers you share the same plot. That's one. You should have some machinery, tractor, basic. You should have some. Your land, identified land, should be accessible.
By road.
Then you should have been a farmer for some.
So as we are bringing our conversation to an end, if we visit your normal poultry farmer and I asked the impact. I know government is doing a lot, and that's why we're doing this, because we need to let people know what government is doing. But the average poultry farmer there might say he's not feeling it. The cost of maize is still as high as it was last year. So how do you justify that and your impact in what you're doing, achieving the aim, which is, we started with poultry. So how are you looking at that, and what makes you want to continue doing it?
You know, this is not an event, it's a process.
Okay.
So as you start, the benefit trickle. So now at least we have a lot of maize, soya produce within
the country,
the zone.
Okay.
That's attracting a lot of. It is our hope that as we continue within the medium to long term, where more of this land are put into cultivation, more of these raw materials will be produced, and to trickle down. Then, as I said, for the poultry also, one other support we are giving them, that we also to make them competitive. We are providing some of this on a subsidized price to make them competitive. So once they become competitive, they build some capital, they can be able to compete.
Okay, all right, so that's from the poultry side. Then now let's come to the actual farmers, the outgrowers. You talked about their revenue increasing. How are you measuring success with them? Are you measuring it from the end, the end product, which is how much I buy chicken for, or are you measuring it from how a farmer has become richer? How is this organization measuring?
We measure it from two folds. We measure it from the work they do in terms of productivity.
So quantity?
Yes.
Okay.
Because quantity based on efficient way of doing things.
Okay.
Because people were producing acreages, large acreages, but the yields were not good.
Okay.
But now you put a small quantity in place with intense cultivation technology.
Okay.
There's a huge transfer of technology.
Okay.
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 Now a farmer knows that I need to plant at this time. Plant population is key.
Yeah.
Before we started, people didn't know about this. Because people who used to only produce less than 100 bags of maize are now producing 10,000 bags, and that translates into.
I see.
And it's also, as I said, it has also attracted a lot of value chain infrastructure, warehousing, feeder roads. I mean, so those are the things.
Amazing. Thank you very much for educating the public, and those of you in the Savannah region that are looking to go into maize or soya beans. You heard from him. It's done yearly. Let's hope that the government continue to pump more money in, and if you're a farmer, pay back so that other farmers can also enjoy this. This is how we grow. This is how we can grow internally. What are your final words to the viewers that are watching us?
As I said, these are processes that we are going through. It's a phase that we are going through. We want to create awareness. It can be done. Okay. With the little support, we are seeing the results. So let's all be committed. Let's all be efficient. Let's all be whatever resources that is made is put at our disposal. Let's benefit from it and pay back. This is more of a revolving fund. Once you pay back, others can be supported, and the story will be bigger and larger. All
right. Thank you very much for your time, and we are so grateful that you were able to expose us to this knowledge that exists in the Savannah region. I hope the people in the Savannah region
it's not Savannah region, Northern region, Northeast, Upper East, Upper West, and Savannah region, and also some part of Bruno East.
Okay, Itachiman, yeah. Here, now it has expanded the territory, so take advantage of this program if you're interested in maize and soya beans farming. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll come your way with another episode next week.